Okay, so there's no one else like you. You are completely unique, the only one that will ever be you. And if you are trying to ask him or follow him or her or them to direct you, to tell you how to be you, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. So I need to get real with you real quick, because we don't have all the time to be here. I get it. You got stuff to do. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. I want to ensure that every moment here is delivering what is promised. What is promised here? What is promised here? That's a great question. What is promised? I'll tell you. Are you ready? Clearly you are. What is promised is that what you think, what you believe, what you affirm, what you feel about yourself and about the world and about life is what comes. You attract what you are. You've heard it before. You attract what you are. And so you're wondering, well, this drama is not what I am. And this horrible thing in the world is not what I am. And this pain in my body is not what I am. So why am I attracting all of this? Why am I attracting all of this chaos, this disturbance, this pain, this suffering? Why would I ever attract it? It's not what I am. But proof is in the pudding. This is what you're experiencing. This is what you're witnessing. This is what you're aware of. This is what is being reflected back at you by the great mirror that is the world. That is your relationships, particularly your intimate ones. They will really, they're going to shine a lot of you back at yourself. Okay, so will we take heed? Will we take heed and we see these reflections, the ripples, right? Because you send the ripple out, you take the action, the thought, the feeling, the belief. It ripples out. But guess what? It reflects off everything it touches. And it comes back. Those ripples hit everything. And they come back. And that's what you receive. The thoughts and the feelings, the sensations, the visions that return to you, the relationships that return to you, the money that returns to you or doesn't return to you. It's all reflecting what you are emanating. This doesn't just have to do with the will of your mind, what you want. It's reflecting what you are. Now, hang with me. If you react, if you are reacting to the ripples coming back to you, reflecting back to you, you are not responding to what is actually happening. You are responding to the reaction within you of the reflection. So follow closely here. This is important. It would not be said if it was not important. Nothing happens unless it's meant to happen. So feel into this. You drop a stone in a pond and the ripples go out, they hit the rocks and they start to come back to that point. Do those ripples, which reflect off the rocks, tell you about the rock? What do they tell you about the rock? How much can that ripple possibly tell you about the rock? How much can that reflection tell you about what's there? You catch my drift? You might know a little bit about the rock, or that there's something there reflecting it back. But you don't know the rock. You don't know what is sending that wave back at you. Are you catching my drift? Are you here with me? Are you here with yourself? Are you present right now in this body with your breath? So if you're informing yourself based off the reflections coming back at you, which are reflections from your own thoughts, feelings, and actions, which originated, right, the stone in the pond. You dropped it, you sent it out, it came back to you, and you said, that's what that is. You place the label on that, and you say whether that's good or bad. Based upon the reflection. How could you possibly know? Really? How could you possibly know what all that is? If all that you're receiving about that is based upon what you have put out towards it. So if we want to better understand the world, we have to better understand ourselves. We have to become more aware of the thoughts, feelings, and actions. The pebbles, the stones that we are dropping in the water of life. Because it really is this interconnected energy, very similar to water. So I've been told. But it feels that way, and that makes sense. So we have to become aware, sensitive, right? What stones are we casting into this pond that are creating the ripples going out, that are creating the reflections coming back at us from the world? And what do we do with this? Because you want the world to reflect back at you what you want it to reflect back at you. But it's only going to reflect back at you what you're putting out. You know, what is in that wave? What is the energy of that wave? What is the frequency of that wave? So you say, I'm not good enough. And then there's emotion in it, right? You thought it, you say it out loud, ooh, amplify. Okay? Amplified it. Amplified the brain pattern. Bigger wave. One thing to think something. You can have a thought and be like, okay, whatever. Because I know I'm not my thoughts. Right? Thoughts are just happening. Blah, 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 blah. Mind is happening. You can take hold and direct it. You can use your will and intention. But In general, the stream is just so many thoughts per day. You don't have to stop the thoughts. You just don't have to believe them, okay? It's you believing them which gives power to them. So you have this negative thought, you can just say, okay, go on with your day. That's nice, brain. I'm good. But you're feeling it, right? There's a feeling, not good enough. You say it out loud, and there's the feeling and the thought, and now it's this whole thing, and you've just sent out this ripple out into the world to reflect off everything, and it comes back to you. And sometimes maybe you need that. Maybe you need to send that out so that somebody can be like, you are good enough, right? And somebody else can be like, yeah, you suck. And maybe you need to hear both of those things, because the one who says you suck is going to make you work harder and I don't even say work harder, but do better, show up more, put more effort in. And the person who reassures you, you are worthy, you are good enough as you are. I see you, I love you. You need that as well. You need that external support, reflection from the world. Right? That's at a certain level. We need to do this. But we need to see ultimately that if we're saying things like this out loud, with feeling, we are just strengthening a neural pathway so that thoughts like that can continue to come. And we don't need that. It's okay again, right? If the thought comes, it's up to you to identify with it or not. That's going to dictate the type of ripple you send out. Because if a thought like that can come up and you can laugh at it, think about the type of ripple you're sending out. That's a very positive energy to send out into the world. Okay. So let's reel it in for a sec. How are we using our thoughts? Is it benefiting life? Or is it serving the opposite of life, the opposite of live, which is evil? How are we using our thoughts and our feelings and actions? Is it helping to increase sensitivity, to be able to feel more deeply? Or are we numbing ourselves? Are we addicted to thinking in a certain way? And the odds are you are. You're addicted to thinking in general. We all are. Those who have minds. But we learn to break this addiction. See, I was the best overthinker with the biggest spiritual ego. Okay, I win the spiritual ego competition. Best spiritual ego. I hope you see this sarcasm. There, the joke. Hope you get the joke. But I was an overthinker, overanalyzer. Every decision. Is this better? Is this better? Is this better? Pros and cons. Countless conversations. Gotta ask someone. Oh, and it slowed me down, my friends. It slowed me down. It slowed me down from taking actions. It kept me out of just enjoying life, enjoying the moment. Because it felt so important that I think these things through, figure it out, make the right decision. And then how often would I do that and then second guess my decision and feel like I made the wrong decision and base whether I made the right or wrong decision upon how it unfolds from that point. Basing the effect of my decision off the reflections coming back at me, rather than basing it off the actual stone that I'm casting, which is creating the ripple, which is creating the reflection. Do you see what I'm getting at? You are so focused on what's coming back at you from what you're putting out. And it doesn't allow you to actually choose a new pathway, to cast the stone in a different way, or to cast a different stone into the pond that creates a different type of ripple. If you're all obsessed about these reflections coming back at you, you're never going to get to the root of what's creating them in the first place, which is you. Which is why I said you need to tune in with you, with this body, this living organism, and find out what it actually wants, what actually makes this feel good. Consistently, what actually makes this thing happy. And if you're going the mental route, and you're intellectualizing this, and you're thinking about what the world says, this is what will make you happy, this is what will make you satisfied, this will what will make you feel fulfilled. You realize you're in this technocratic idiocracy in which everything's being marketed at you. This will make you feel better, this will make you healthier, this will make you happier, this will make you feel complete, this will help you get the girl, this will help you get the right body, this will help you heal this thing. Now everyone's trying to convince you of something. Who can you trust? You have to learn to trust yourself. That's the only, what are we doing here? If you can't trust yourself, what are you doing? Think about it. People don't trust their own body, their own inner knowing, the intelligence of this body. Come on. Wake the fuck up. You think the doctor in the coat is smarter than your own body? He's not smarter than his own body. Definitely not going to know yours. These doctors try and find the thing that caused the thing. No, it's all interconnected, mind and body and spirit. You want to heal? Learn to attune to the wisdom of your body. This is a miraculous biological wonder, self-healing, regenerating biological machine. This body is. There's a great intelligence here. You do not beat your heart. Neither does that doctor. Are you pumping oxygen through your blood? Are you pumping the blood? Are you digesting? Are you pooping? Do you do that? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to grow hair? Do you know how to see? No, it is. You understand? Digestion, it just is. You understand? Digestion is happening. The heart is beating, the lungs are breathing. The muscles are growing. You don't do it. The doctor doesn't heal you. The medicine doesn't even heal you. The herb doesn't even heal you. You don't heal you. Are you catching my drift? This body is a self-healing, self-organizing intelligence beyond these minds. Because guess what? These minds, what are these minds? Just all this knowledge, labels, language. This is this is that, this is this, and this is made of this, and this is made of that, and that's made of this, and this is made of that, and these are all connected, and this makes that. But it's, look, no shade on it, right? It's all, here I am communicating with words, language, very useful. I can get a message across. Thank you. Not shunning it. I'm saying to take a look at the whole thing. All your knowledge is based off these words and labels and language, and it's all based upon things that came before. It's all knowledge that was passed on to you. See the lights be flickering at the truths. Okay, so knowledge that was passed on to you. To all of us. It doesn't belong to any of us. It belongs to the collective mind of humanity. And that entire sphere, collective mind of humanity, does not come close to understanding how life is, how life exists, how it happens. Like we can study it, we can look at it through a microscope, we can see all the things, reactions, the things happening, and it's all existing within a paradigm because we just labeled things, we just given things names, we just made it up, we made it all up. What do we actually know about how this works? That's what I'm saying. This isn't about you. This isn't about effort. This is about allowing and stopping identifying with the negativity. Because this body reacts to these thoughts. Okay? This body reacts to these thoughts. So you're speaking negativity into your cells. You say, I'm not good enough. I hate myself. Cells. I love myself. I love my cells. That's what you need to be saying with feeling. I love my cells. I love my cells. I love myself. I'm so grateful. Thank you. You're so beautiful. I'm so beautiful. I'm so full of love. I'm so full of life. I'm so full of God. I'm so full of energy. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful for this body. So grateful for these cells. Do you see? Do you feel the difference? You need to allow for healing to occur. Allow for so-called spiritual awakening to occur, which is really just returning to the natural state of this body. We want to simplify it. It's stop doing all the things that weaken and dampen the sensitivity of your existence. Stop doing the things that make you less sensitive to feeling. Because if you can't feel, you can't heal. If you're holding on to all this, you're not even aware of it. You're not even aware of it because it's so stagnant and stuck and familiar. It's familiar that it's stagnant and stuck in you. And that emotion, stuck, manifests as pain in the body. It manifests as disease in the body. This isn't woo-woo talk. Okay? This is facts. This is a factomatics right here. That emotion, that feeling gets stuck in the body and it leads to pain. You know what? Your brain, really smart. Your brain's like, I don't want to face this shit. You don't want to face this. So we're going to take this pain, this emotional, mental pain, and we're going to store it in the body somewhere. And we're going to store it in the body somewhere that likely has been injured before, that has had some sort of problem before, because that makes sense. It makes sense to put it somewhere where there's been an injury, right? So, you know what the brain does? It literally will cut off oxygen flow to that part of the body. So intelligent. And then it creates real pain. But you have to see that the pain, even though it's real, is just because you're not allowing yourself to feel. You're not allowing yourself to feel what's there. What needs to be felt, what needs to be released, allowed to flow. How do you do that? You let it be there. And you have to give space for it to be there. If you're constantly drowning out and distracting and numbing with the distractions of the world, then you're not actually letting it just be there and being there with it. Think about this, like a child wants to be witnessed. We all want to be witnessed, but we're really specifically think about the child. The child's like, look while I do this. Look while I do that, right? If you're at the pool with the kids and they're doing all these fancy jumps, it's not enough to look one time. You gotta watch the whole show. They want to be witnessed. They want to be seen. They want to know they're being witnessed. And being witnessed and seen in that way creates a healthy emotional state, a healthy sense of self. So you have to be the parent to your inner child and witness what you are feeling. You understand? It just wants to be seen, acknowledged, witnessed, felt, given the space to exist without you trying to stamp it out, get rid of it, push it away, suppress it, repress it, numb it out in some way, shape, or form. And you do it in a million different ways. So this is also about becoming conscious, watching yourself, watching your thoughts, watching your emotions. Like I said, watch the thoughts. Don't identify with them. Don't think I thought that. Don't think this is about me. Just watch it. Just really watch it and witness it. Bring full awareness and presence to now. Now is all that matters. Not back then. Not what potentially may come. Because you don't know. Nobody knows. I'm telling you, nobody knows. And people will plan. A great Neem Karoli Baba quote. He says, you could plan for 100 years. You could plan everything for 100 years. And you don't know what's going to happen in the next moment. Okay? Plain and simple. You don't know. So, we learn to be present here. We learn to be present here with this beautiful life as it is. We learn to love ourselves more, because loving yourself is what opens all the doors to God, to fuller living, to life living through. Stop putting a dampening effect on life. People say raw dog life. Why are you so afraid to raw dog life? What you think's gonna happen? You gonna get life pregnant? Come on now. You don't need all that. You don't need all that. You don't need all that. And you are enough. You are enough. I mean, do you know? Do you even know what you are? You're not any of the labels. We established this. You're not any of the labels of the language systems. I mean, okay, I'm this body, I'm this mind. What does that mean? Okay, fine. What does that mean? Let's go with body. Well, the body is all these different organs and skin and bones, circulation, circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system, nervous system, immune system. Yeah, I'm just this body. Okay. What are those? You just gave me more words. Okay, and we keep going, right? These are made of these tissues, and these tissues are made of these cells. And these cells have these structures in them, and these structures are made of these things, and these things interact with these. Here we are again, right? Words upon words upon words, worlds upon worlds upon worlds. You get to the bottom of it, and it's just electrons, protons, neutrons, quarks, strands of energy, energy potential. Everything's just potential energy. Again, just words. Potential energy, strings of energy, quarks. Just words. You still have not gotten to it. What you are. What this is. And mind, what is mind? Mind is just thoughts. There's no mind. Find the mind. Where's the mind? I can't find it. There's just thoughts. I say the mind is a bundle of thoughts. But that creates this image of like there's a bundle. There's no bundle of thoughts. Memory stored in the brain and in the body. I've heard that the mind is not just in the brain, it's in every cell. And I like this idea. But again, you can't find the mind. There's no tangible thing where you can say, that's the mind. Yeah, you got neurons firing off, not just in the brain, right? In the heart, in the gut. I mean, every cell got a nucleus. Every cell is consciousness. Every cell has consciousness. So, I'm saying all these things. We still haven't gotten to it. Who am I? What am I? What is this? There's all of this. We break down all of it. It's just words and labels that somebody long ago decided that's what that's called. You look at a tree. That's not a tree. The fuck's a tree? Okay? All you know, and shout out to UG for this one, all you know is about. All you know is about things. You don't know. You don't actually know it. You don't know tree, whatever that is. You just know about trees. You just know about a tree. But do you know it? So, deeper question. Do you really know yourself? Do you really know yourself? Who you are, what you're here for. Why? What all this is. Does anybody? And can that knowing even be imparted through words? Through a transmission like this? Intellectually, you might gain something, get something. But does that really help you? So this is something you got to take upon. This is something you take upon yourself. You choose, you decide. And I've been using the word decide more decisively than choose. Because choose sounds loose. But decide is to... Myron Golden, shout out to that brother. He said decide is to cut away all other decisions. To decide. To choose. It's loose. You choose it, but you might take that way. You might do that instead. So we want to make this decision, right? It's a cut decision. Decision. Cutting away all the bullshit. Getting to the root, getting to the core. See? You put it out, all these ripples, reflections, come back at you. Is that really going to tell you who you are, what you are? It's a deeper inner exploration. You must decide. In the late great David Hawkins' words, he says, everything's spontaneous. Even the decision to be deliberate is spontaneous. See, we're metaphysical here. We be hitting all the levels, many dimensions here at once in one transmission. So, because that's how we live. We're not just living here. We're not just living here. We're not just living here. We're living whole spectrum humanity, right? Like Christ. Jesus wept. He wasn't just like blissed out. Full spectrum of human experience. So, what are the takeaways? What are the takeaways of this video? We had a little TLDR here at the end. Summarize. The point is, there's an intelligence acting here far beyond and greater than our minds, which is really just the collective sphere of thought of all humanity. Not just alive now, but all humanity that's ever been up until this point. That's what all your knowledge is. And by knowledge, I really mean like everything that you think you know about yourself and about the world is based upon this knowledge, these labels. What can you truly experience and know without these labels defining this is that and this is that, defining boundaries? Are there boundaries without the labels? And is it the boundaries that is fueling our disconnection from the rest of nature? Because we truly are one with all of it. And I can say this living organism talking about this body, but it's really the entirety of creation is a one, is a living. Oh my God, look at this cat. This ain't not even a cat. There's not even a cat. You feel me? Like, what is this? You see, and you say it's a cat. What is a cat? I don't really know this. I don't really know this. I know about cats. That's why you should never believe anyone who tells you who you are, who you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to do it. The fuck do they know? They still think you're you. They have a name for you, a label for you, adjectives to describe you, a visual view of you, which again is only based upon their view of themselves. People can only see you based upon how they see themselves. Because guess what? They're also casting stones and sending ripples out, and they're reflecting off you, coming back to them. And that's what they're basing off their idea of you upon. So, they don't know. They don't know. Just as well as your mind saying negative thoughts doesn't know. Because it's based upon the knowledge prior. It's not based upon the now. So we base upon the now. We stay in the now. That way we don't cast stones based upon the past, which isn't even real anymore. It never was real. There was only now. There's only ever now. So don't base your actions, your present moment, upon the reflections coming back at you based upon the actions that you took. Base who you are, what you are, right now, upon now. Free of all of it. Free of all of that. So that you can look at a tree like a baby. Again, you can look at the world with childlike innocence, wonder, and awe. You can be blissed out on a breath. Because what even is it? You got nothing to label it. You can look at that tree. Imagine, because you look at it and you think immediately tree, and all the information about trees that the mind has stored it's cycling through, and the mind's filing through it, and it's like, is any of this important? Is any of this relevant? Do I need any of this right now? Oh, fun fact about trees, friends. Like, fun fact, that's this type of tree. That's an oak tree. That's a palm tree. Mm-hmm. You feel so smart. You know what type of tree it is. All right. Just made up. Just made up. So, what if you can look at it and there's no boundary of I'm me and that's a tree. There's no label based upon that. How does that experience change? To see. Like, the only thoughts you could have is like, what? What is this? What? But not even that. That's too much even. It's more just like this is my impression of me walking up and seeing a tree for the first time, even though I've seen a million trees. Okay, ready? Okay? I started crying at that tree. Because this is just beyond me. Clearly, I could do this all day. So, what I will say is I am here to support you in any way that God ordains. So if you feel some sort of call to connect with me on a deeper level, at least at this moment in time, I have opportunities for that. I'm open and available to receive you, to work with you, to reflect back to you in any way that I can. Even if it's like you just want to have a conversation. You want to share some things. You want to receive some reflection. I'm here for it. I will not come chase you down or push anything upon you that I think you need. I will allow myself to express freely and naturally into the world. If you want to support, if you feel the gratitude, if you feel the love here, if you want to connect on a deeper level, it's going to require that decision from yourself. So, leave a like if you feel it. Leave a comment if you feel it. Subscribe for more. And read that description for some important information. If you are someone who's drawn to this, if you made it this far through the video, come on. So, I'm here. And you're here. And we're all here. And we're all one. And one is even an idea. That's just a word, a label. What does that even mean? Reject even the one. And what is there to make of it? It's just wondrous and awe-inspiring and beautiful to be alive. And that's what this is about. It's about you remembering just how beautiful and fantastic it is to be alive. I love myself. I love you. I love all that is. I love God. I love life. Thank you.